Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. It is time for another episode of What Now? Motivational Relief for Creatives. And I have an amazing guest today. Her name is Sarah Jane, and she's a wonderful, talented singer. And I'm very excited to catch up with her. So I'm going to wait until everybody comes in. I hope everybody is doing well. Hey, Marvin's finally in my life. That's a first. Thank you. Oh yeah, I had a crazy day today with Marvin and my friend Kim, and we went roller skating and canoeing, and I'm super tired. I literally just got home to get ready for this live. So I'm ready though. Let's coming in here, and I'm happy that everybody's on time and tuning in. Thank you. Hey girl,
Hey,
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I was just telling everyone I just literally just got home, had to rush through the shower. I had a very full day full of activities.
Oh, really?
And yeah, so I'm super tired, but also still in kind of like an adrenaline mode.
Uh-huh.
And I was just excited to catch up with you because we haven't really seen each other, obviously because of Corona.
Uh-huh.
But it's been
It's
a
been a while.
while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while, and so for everybody that's tuning in, Sarah Jane is my wonderful, talented singer friend from the Netherlands, and we decided obviously to do this in English because I have a lot of people internationally tuning in, and so do you as well. So we
Mhm.
figured let's have everyone joining this conversation and not just the Dutch.
Right.
Let's promote your music some more because this girl needs to be out there.
Thank you. I appreciate it. First of all, I'm really excited to hear about your day because it sounds like a lot of fun. So what you do.
Yeah, after being locked up for 2.5 months, this was definitely this was needed. It was a breath of fresh air. I spent it with my girl Kim, and then my friend Marvin. He was going to go canoeing with his family,
Uh-huh.
and so I've known him for like 20 plus years, and his brothers, and so we all went out on the water, and it was just the family stories from them were so hilarious. Yeah,
Cool.
I haven't laughed in so long about his nephew's stories about their vacations and stuff. So
Right.
yeah, it was
That's nice.
awesome.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
and I got my little workout on with the canoeing and the roller skating.
That's always good.
Yeah. But what's going on with you? How have you been? I've seen your lockdown sessions. It's amazing that you keep yourself inspired. But first of all, I know you were sort of on tour. Well, you were on tour before this happened.
Hmm.
And so what has been the biggest impact for you since the coronavirus hit us all?
Um, to be honest, I'm actually kind of cool with it that it happened. If I'm gonna be totally
Because you
honest
were
with you.
so all over the place. You
Well, it might seem like that to you guys, but I was actually really not in a good place for a while. So to me, the whole thing with the lockdown and the quarantine and whatever, that to me, it just gave me a lot of breathing space. Like,
yeah,
okay, finally, pressure's gone. I can finally take my time for me, for just
right.
a human being, not being an artist right now, but just focus on, my mental health and stuff like
Yeah,
that. So
yeah.
to me, it has been a big impact, of course, but in a really positive
Positive way.
way. Yeah, yeah.
That's good to hear. I spoke to you're like my 30th guest. I've done so many talks. I've done
Uh-huh.
so many talks with different creative people, and you're not the first one that says this. And although maybe in a different situation, there have been artists that were touring like crazy and just going and going, and they're like, "Oh, I'm actually okay." And I know now that I have to do something different when I go
Hmm.
back out there or when I, pursue
Right.
shows and stuff again. But I think it's wonderful that you recognize the positivity in this time for yourself.
Yeah.
And so how do you feel different now? Do you feel like you're going to have to do something different when you come out of this again?
Yeah, for me, definitely I have to do something different. which maybe for a lot of people is just the normal. But for me, it always has been like, okay, I'm the artist. I have to be in the fast life. I have
Yeah.
to, be focusing on my music and stuff like that. But now my like main priority right now is to really focus on what does Sarah Jane, the human being, want,
Yeah.
and what does she want to do, what does she likes to do, you know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
in order for me to actually start making music again, because like prior to this, I think in October, somewhere around October, I already stopped making music, like my own music.
For yourself. Yeah.
Yeah,
Your own music.
stuff. Like I didn't go to the studio, I didn't write. I had like I had blocked out everything, and I just took some time. Like, okay, it's okay. I mean, I'm an artist, and I have to work in order
Yeah.
to get my money, so I
Yeah.
have to do some stuff. But my own music, I really like stopped doing that, and that was, to me, that already was like a moment of, okay, I have to take it back to, I have to do a lot of soul searching. Why can I
Yeah.
connect with my own music right now? So for me right now, the main thing that I want to focus on is really like, okay, what do I want to do? Do I feel this right now? Do I actually feel good to make music or not? And if I don't, then it's okay also, It's
Yeah.
cool if I just don't feel like it on some days. And
Yeah.
um not to focus on, okay, but this person expects this from me, or my management
Yeah.
expects this from me, or the fans expect this from me, what I'm saying? I'm just like blocking everything out and just focusing on, okay, what am I feeling
Right.
right now? And that's just what I'm going with.
Well, it's interesting because I think a lot of artists put that pressure on themselves of the expectations of others. It's not necessarily that the other people are putting that pressure on you. You just know that they're excited for you to come with
Right,
stuff. And so the
right,
fans will be here. We're all fans of
right,
people who haven't, released an album in 5 million years. I mean, look at D'Angelo. Hello,
right,
I'm just one example
right,
out of the millions. And so, and of course you're not at that level yet, but that doesn't matter. You built your own fan base where we're
right,
all going to wait until you come out with something, because we'd rather have you come out with some great stuff than something we're like, this is
that,
not her.
right, right. Yeah, I think that's the most important thing, that whatever I come up with or whatever I decide to create, it needs to resonate with my soul
Yeah,
in order for you guys to feel it, right? Or
exactly,
you
for us
guys,
to really connect with the music.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. But the thing is, like, I didn't connect with myself for a long time, so I
So you had
really
to really do that again.
yes, and I'm still doing that actually.
Yeah.
I'm still doing
Well,
that.
it's an ongoing process. We
It
all keep
is.
doing that. Yeah.
Right, it is. It's like chapters, right?
Yeah.
Stages of life, but I'm getting there. Like in this stage and this chapter of my life, I'm getting close, and I'm really starting to pick it up again. Especially when that happened with the prime minister said like, okay, now it's a
Yeah.
lockdown. You
We're
can't
all home.
go there.
Yeah.
Right. That actually triggered something in me. Like, okay, nobody's gonna tell me I'm gonna stay home and not do anything. You know what I'm saying? So then I was actually like, okay, I've been in this like mental lockdown for a while now. Let's start trying to listen to
Yeah.
music, just picking it up and just checking out for, okay, like I kind of like this. Okay, I'm getting inspired again, and that's when I started
Good.
to
Doing the
actually write.
lockdown sessions.
Yeah, exactly, and doing the lockdown. Actually, I listened to old stuff of me, and I was going through it, and I was like, oh, okay, oh, I forgot about all these songs, and I was thinking like, okay, I'm not gonna release them because they didn't make it through for the album, but
Right. Right.
I was like, they're cool. I still like them. I can still vibe to them. Why not bring it out in some kind of way that the people can hear what I've actually been doing all
That's
the time?
good. Yeah.
So that's when I came up with the concept of the lockdown
Oh my
sessions.
gosh, I love it. And because we hadn't really heard anything from you,
Right,
that was so refreshing, and for us all being at home as well.
right.
There's a lot of people that do stuff on their lives or
Hmm.
online and throw stuff out, but I've been a fan of you, so I was like, oh, this is so great. And there's a million
Right.
people that I can repost or whatever, but I mean, I just love your music. And I'm happy to hear that you're taking out the time for yourself, because what we all don't need is for Sarah Jane to completely wither away and not do anything anymore. That's nobody's
Right.
benefit. Um,
Right.
well, going back a little bit into your what you were doing before this, because not everyone tuned in may know you, which I think you should.
Uh-huh.
So stay tuned. So I do know that. Let's go to the John Williams old school R&B hits tour.
Yeah.
Now I went with my brother. That's, our teenage years. So we just completely screamed our lungs out, and nobody cares in this audience. Like, it's all like older people, we're all getting a day out. And
Right.
how was it for you to be, I know this is the second tour, right? The second
Yeah.
year.
The
Is it
first
second
for
year?
me, but the second of the
Right. So how did you feel did you get asked? How did that happen?
Yeah, I got asked, and officially there were auditions. So I got asked to go on an audition, and I knew the cast that, like, from the first
Yeah.
run. I just knew the cast. I knew the band. I already knew everybody. But just for the formality, I went to the audition, and it actually went pretty good. I auditioned with a Lauryn Hill song and an Anne Vogue song, and they were really vibing to it. They liked it, and yeah, after, I think maybe a week after that, they asked me, like, okay, we really love you. Do you want to come on tour with us? And I said, sure, let's go. This is
It
my
was amazing. It's amazing. For those who don't know, the tour that she's on is literally a 90s R&B slash hip hop old school hits tour. So what they do is they have a complete cast of amazing singers who all perform all these songs that, well, my generation had their teenage years too, basically. So for you, you're a little bit younger. How is it for you to learn all the songs? Did you already know all the songs, or were there songs that you were like, oh my gosh, this is so awesome, I didn't know about this song? Or
I think I knew 85% of the songs, 90% maybe. There are some songs that I actually have to sing also that I didn't know, but they are really big songs. And I
yeah.
was kind of ashamed. God, how did I not know this
Which
song?
one?
How
I'm
did I
sorry.
miss
Which one is which is one of them?
Superwoman.
Yeah, Superwoman's a big song. But you
Superwoman is
did
a big
such
song.
an amazing job. Like, oh my gosh. I was just all excited, like, oh,
Thank
that's my
you.
friend. That's my friend. And my brother's like, okay, calm
Right.
down. Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't know that song, and everybody was like, how did you not know this song? This is a huge, you're gonna see all the females are gonna love it. They're gonna
Yeah.
sing their heart out. And I was like, okay, to be honest, I didn't even like the song. I was like, okay, but this is like, I don't like it. It's not me. I don't like it.
Right.
And then after, like, I think maybe 10 shows, it was definitely my song.
Yeah.
I'm totally
Got
feeling
into
the song
it.
now. Right. I really had to jump into it, like, really listen to her a lot. Like, okay, how is she Karen White, I think, how is she singing it? What's her approach, watching live
Oh, that's good.
performances. Yeah, just to
That's good
feel
research.
her energy and why she performs the song that way, and why people are actually feeling it that way.
Yeah.
So, and then I kind of flipped it, like, to my own kind of
Yeah.
thing, and found my own inspiration into it. And then now I love it, man. I really love the song.
What I think is interesting is the cast is generally very young.
Yeah.
And what I love is that they all capture all the songs the way that I know them to be, even though
Yeah.
they're not Boyz II Men, they're not En Vogue, they're not there's too many people, Tevin Campbell or
Right.
Keith Sweat. You did the one with Athena Cage, right? The Cut Close one with Keith Sweat. Yeah, I think you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's like every time you think, okay, that's gonna be it, there's more. Like,
Right.
it's just so amazing because we can't really see all those artists in one night. So for you guys to perform live what I grew up with was just so amazing. And the fact that you guys captured, and the dances, the choreography is just amazing.
Yeah, like, I have to, like, give a shout out to the people you don't see on stage,
Right.
people backstage, the whole
The
crew,
production,
the
yeah.
production, John Williams himself, like he always tells us like, okay, guys, I know and I respect you guys as artists, but what we're doing here right now is giving the people like a throwback.
Yes, yes. And you guys
And
do.
like
Oh,
you have so many particular parts in the songs, like the ad libs and the runs and stuff like that, and people listen to those songs and like sing
yeah.
everything they know from the
Oh,
songs,
we know the whole albums,
right?
all the
I
stuff.
know,
Yeah.
I know, and every note that the
Every little,
guitar plays,
yep.
you know. So John always tells us like, okay, I know you guys are artists by yourself, but right now
Don't
you
improvise.
are.
Yeah. Don't
You are
improvise.
Keith Sweat. You are, you know. So he always tells us
Yeah.
like, okay, I know you guys have, of course, you have freedom to
Make it
interpret
your own.
like
Yeah.
your own thing, but please, like the really things that the people know, please keep it like the way it
Yeah.
is, because that's what they want to hear.
Yeah.
And
Don't remix it completely. Yeah.
no, you can
But
like add a little flavor, but not too much.
but that's the thing. Like you guys, again, I didn't think there was too much change. Like we literally could do the songs as if we were back in the 90s.
Right.
So that, I think you guys did an outstanding job.
Thank you.
So how many shows were there left before we had to shut down?
I think there were like 10 shows left.
So I got 10 more chances to see it, because I was like, I need to go see another one. That's, you know, us old folk don't go out much anymore, so this is a night out, and it's still late. I couldn't make it to the after party. I was waiting on you. I was like, yeah, I'm going home, because I still had to drive back to Amsterdam, and I was like,
yo, the after parties of this show
are lit.
Crazy. Like everybody, it's really like what you're saying, like everybody has the chance to have that night out again.
Yeah.
Like it
Kids
was
at home.
back in the days. Yeah, it's so cool to experience how careless everybody is.
Yeah.
Everybody's just like, you know, we're just having a good time. We're all in this together. We're all old together, and we enjoy it together. You know, it's so cool to see.
I don't have any kids, but
right,
it was so funny because I went in excuse me, I went in my hometown where I grew up with my brother, and so I ran into so many people from back in the day that I went out with, or you know, that I hung out with, and everybody's old, man. This is for everybody's like, we got babysitters, we're out now, and I still couldn't hang. I was like, man, I gotta go. Like it was I saw like maybe 3 or 4 songs from DJ Money, and I was like, I'm out. Like, yo. But I couldn't even hang. But it was I'm excited because I was planning on going to another one at least, and bring some more friends that missed it. And so I'm happy actually that we still have that to look forward to after all of this.
I hope we can still do it.
Oh yeah, let's speak it into existence. We're gonna do it. Yeah, we're gonna do that.
But we have some cool stuff coming up, and I mean, John is really like going out of his way to still, you know, entertain the people that came to all the shows. He's going live, like I think every Friday, with all the old school songs of the shows, and just, you know, giving the people what they're missing, kind of.
Right.
So we're doing our best to do
keep people excited.
Yeah, and keeping the people like in.
Well, I mean, we got the Teddy Riley versus Babyface, which was obviously also a thing, and then we had, I guess that was the Jagged Edge and 112. I didn't catch that one, but you know, there's stuff going on in the verses where us old folk are being entertained with old school songs. Okay, let's go back into a little bit more about you, because you were saying that since October you haven't really made your own music anymore. You weren't like feeling it. You had a block. Before that, again, I want to continue a little bit earlier in your journey for the people that that I need them to know you about. So you were, first of all, I'm very proud of you for doing that Billy Ocean tour. Like, this woman went on tour with Billy Ocean. Again, another old school person, but he specifically said, I want her to be my support act, my opening act for my tour. How was that for you? How was that feeling?
That was, I think, one of the biggest things in my career. like one of the biggest accomplishments in my career to actually be on tour, be around that living legend, Billy Ocean. And not only him, but his whole crew, his whole, like, we went on tour. We got asked, I think he saw a show of us, or his management saw a show of us, and he was like, okay, I think we should ask her to open up for us.
Oh wow.
And then they contacted my booking agency, and then we started off doing a tour in Belgium, Luxembourg, and the
Netherlands,
Netherlands.
yeah.
And after that, he was like, okay, fuck it, I'm just gonna ask, do you want to come on tour with us through the UK?
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, this is big. So hell yeah, we want to do it. And he told us like, okay, we want you to come with like a smaller version of your
Yeah.
band. But like we can give you our lighting, our sound man,
Oh
and
wow,
whatever
yeah.
you can use
Use
everything
all
we
that, yeah.
have. Yeah, just come on tour with us. So that was just, to me, that was really like a really unique thing, because artists, and especially big artists, they are really like want to keep their
Team to
team,
their to themselves, yeah.
yeah, to themselves, and just value what they build up with the
With
team.
that team,
So
yeah.
for us, that was really like a really big honor for us to welcome, from them to welcome us
In the
to their
family, yeah.
team and their crew. Yeah, it was really yeah, it was really cool. And then we did a first tour with them, and then we finished. I think that was like a month. We were like
Oh, I
on tour
remember, and then you got
for a month,
asked back, yeah.
and then we got asked
Yeah.
back. Yeah, and that was yeah. I mean, it's sometimes I forget about it. Sometimes I forget like how big it is, and when someone asks me about it, like now, I just think back
You
and I'm like,
realize again, like,
yeah,
oh
I
yeah,
realize how
I
big
did
it
that.
is. Yeah, I did that, indeed, and it's an honor, and I'm humbled about it. I really am really humbled about it, because it's for an artist as me, like still coming up,
Yeah.
still trying to put my music out there, for someone to acknowledge it and recognize your talent. That's just, yeah, that's
Yeah.
what you're working for. So to me, that was a huge thing.
What is the biggest lesson that you learned during touring with such a legend?
The biggest lesson was um, my mental health. I really have to start focusing on my mental health, because when you're away from home that long, and you're sharing your hotel room, you're around people all the
Yeah.
time, you never actually have time. You're or you're
You're
on the tour
always
bus, or
connected.
you're
Yeah.
doing a show, or you're around people. So you
Right.
never have some time
For
alone.
yourself, yeah.
Yeah. And to me, the biggest lesson was I really have to like find a way to be okay with myself, like the person that I am, the human being that I am, and separate that from being an artist.
Yeah.
It's
That's,
really
yeah.
important. That was the biggest lesson ever. And besides that, just to see Billy Ocean, his show, like every night, and seeing how he masters his craft,
Yeah.
because the crowd, like what he does to the crowd is amazing. It's like, I think he's like 70 something,
Yeah, he's like up
or
there.
late 60s, something like that. But he is like killing every show, every night, killing every show, entertaining the crowd, staying close to himself. He's such a cool person to be around. And that just, it gives me a lot of energy to see like, okay, you're inspiring me to go on for years and years and years, because you just love what you do, and you're
Right.
so in tune with yourself that you can still give it to the people. So the biggest lesson was to stay close to myself, and I learned that a lot from him.
That's
He's
good.
really, yeah, he's a really cool person.
And that, so now you can apply that in this moment of rest
Yeah,
to make sure that, I love how you said that, like separate you from being the artist. And I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
that that is actually an advantage for you, having that experience touring with a person like that, with an artist like that, before
Mhm.
you start having these big tours for on your own, when
Right.
you are the main act, so to speak.
Right.
So if you master that, or at least find a way to be mentally at peace and block out everyone around you while you were on tour, I think
Hmm.
that's already going to help you a lot, maintaining during a tour, because you know, you've experienced now how crazy that tour life is. and
Yeah. Yeah.
and that is something that a lot of artists have told me in these talks, like, hey, I just finally realized I was doing 6 shows a night with one night off, and then going to Japan and going to Australia, and then
Hmm.
6 nights again, and I'm just not going to do it anymore, they said.
Right.
And so for you to now have that as a lesson before you take off and conquer
Hmm.
the world, then
Right.
you already know for yourself what you have to do to maintain during those crazy schedules.
Yeah. I think I already learned that after the first run. When we did the second run, I
Yeah,
told my tour manager, okay, listen, it's amazing that we got asked again, but I need some stuff for me in order
good.
for do this tour. I
Yeah,
really need some days off, I need my own room. I need
here
just
comes the
some
diva
stuff that
behavior already. No, I'm kidding.
it's not even it's not even about
I
being a
know, I'm
diva.
kidding.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's really in order for me to perform the best way I can, I have to
Have
have
certain
that. I
things. Yeah,
need yeah, I need to have some things for me
yeah,
just so that I'm in a good place and that's when I'm at my best.
yeah,
So I immediately told her, okay, sure, I'll do it, but
yeah.
I this all I'm asking. You know what I'm saying? And that's not it's not I know it may sound like being a diva, but I'm
No, I
just
was
speaking out
kidding.
of
I was kidding.
experience,
Yeah,
And the first run I really like when we did the Royal Albert Hall in
in
London,
London. Yeah,
and I mean that's huge,
yeah.
That's something that
Bucket list
it's a
stuff.
bucket list
Yep.
thing. And I got off stage that was in the first run of the tour. I got off stage crying and I wasn't happy at all. I
Oh,
was so down. I couldn't enjoy the moment. I
that's
couldn't,
sad.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
really sad. And I looked back at that and I was like, why did this happen? Why did
yeah.
I let this happen? Why did I let this get so far that I can now not enjoy something that is like maybe the biggest accomplishment
Right.
ever in my
Yeah.
career? You know what I'm saying? So after that, all that happened, I was like, okay, we're doing the second run,
Changing.
but
Yeah, changing
yeah,
something.
I need to enjoy it. I need to give the people my best, so I need some personal time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good, very good. Because, well, one of the things that I always think is, okay, when artists start doing that and doing these big tours, what is the next step for you? Because I can imagine that, again, that puts a lot of pressure on you. Like, hey, I just toured with Billy Ocean. Now I got to come with some bigger stuff.
Right.
And
Right.
then if it doesn't happen, it's like I feel like I'm taking a step back. But
Uh-huh.
it's not always like that. So how was that for you? What did you think? What was your own expectation after coming off the second tour with Billy?
Well, I am always really hard on myself.
As any
So,
creative person.
yeah, which is, of course, I am my biggest enemy.
Yeah.
So yeah, my own expectation was indeed, okay, now I have to blow up in the UK. Everybody
Yeah.
saw me there, so I'm gonna have a big career there now, and I'm gonna release music and stuff like that. And yet, here I am
Yeah.
still not blowing up in the UK.
Yeah.
So, of course, you have big dreams, especially when you get an opportunity like that. You want to like,
Yeah.
take
Grab the
everything.
moment and
Yeah,
run with it.
but I think it's just what I'm saying. I'm my biggest enemy. I'm my biggest critic as well. So I'm just kind of sleeping on myself and not really going and seizing the moment. I just let the moment kind of die down. And
Yeah.
now I am really hoping that when I come back with my stuff,
Then
that
you
the
can keep
UK,
going up. Yeah.
yeah, that I can keep going up, and that the UK that had my back
Yeah.
then when I was there, that
Oh,
they
they're
still
still there.
and
The
that they
fans are
still,
still there.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I think it's just I always like ever since I was a little girl, I always had a lot of expectations for myself, and I was really if I did not accomplish it, I was really self-destructive, and so
So you
it went
punish
both ways.
yourself for not getting to where you want to be, but you don't celebrate the small wins
Exactly.
either. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. And that's
So
a hard
it
juggle.
to me, you know, again, I've known you for a little bit now, and I always thought it was interesting how after these highlights in your career,
Hmm.
we'll get to another one, it didn't take off.
Right.
And to me, I was like, is it her team? Is it the strategy? Is it? But now, when you're telling me how you were mentally and what space you were, it all makes sense because
Right.
you have that. Well, first of all, the talent, but also the personality to win and to keep climbing. So
Right.
it did. I just didn't know what it was, but I'm not that person to be like, hey, Sarah Jane, what's going on? You know, I'm
Right.
not,
Right.
everybody has their own process. And this
Hmm.
was obviously a learning process for you to be okay with you first.
Right.
Because you can't cater to an entire team that's working with you and for you if you're not, if you don't know who you are and what you want exactly.
Right. Right. That's it. That's basically it. And when you realize that, when I did, I knew I had to like tone everything down
Yeah.
with like
Start
avoid.
over. Like it's not,
Yeah,
well, not start over, but go
like a
back to basics.
detox.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of like a detox actually, and
Yeah.
I'm still in the process of detoxing. But you start off with a week only juices, and then you have like one day you can eat like dinner
Yeah.
again. So that's basically the process. I'm building up to the point where I can actually like release music
Yeah.
again, be 100% like behind everything I do, and not what I'm saying, not letting the human being get in the way of the artist and
Yeah.
the other way around.
Exactly. And the other way around
Yeah, and the
either.
other
Yeah.
way around, especially that, because I have always been so focused on making music and no, I can't do this. I have to be this. No, I can't do this. I have to be that. No, I have an interview there. No, I have a show there. But in the midst of that, I was never paying attention to the
What do
human
you want?
being.
Where do
Yeah, what
you
do
want to
I
be?
want? Is
Yeah.
this actually what I want to do? Do
Yeah.
I want to sit at the Wereldrijdor
Yeah.
and be interviewed about something that is not really about
You.
me or
Yeah.
something that I resonate with? Do I really want to do that, or do I do this because I am the artist and people want to see me
And you have
being
to do it in order to be seen and yeah.
exactly, like
Yeah.
exactly, because when people see you, you are relevant, right?
Yeah.
Then that means okay, she's still out there, she's still doing stuff. But do I really want to do that? Is that really what I want to be and what I want to stand
Yeah.
for? So that
That's
that
yeah.
that's really important for me as a person now, that I see like okay, everything I do, everything I like bring out or come out with, it has to be uh I have to like totally
Be 200%
be
behind it. Yeah.
behind it. Yeah.
And so this is for those who may not know, I'm not one person either. I do a lot of different things. So I do
Mhm.
artist consultancy and management as well, and that is something that I always advise my artists that I help. Like, don't ever do anything that you don't want to do. Don't do it
Right.
for me because you think it's going to make money. Don't do it because you think that's going to boost your career. Do it because yeah, it may help your career, but you're okay with that. You want to
Right.
go that way. And
Right.
so, for you telling your experience about this, I think that's really good advice to people who may start in the industry in whatever form or way,
Hmm.
to never sell out. It's not necessarily selling out, but it's losing yourself in your image and what people think you want to be or what you
Right.
need to do to become relevant. Because being relevant, especially now in this pandemic,
Hmm.
everybody's relevant, first of all. And
Right.
if you have fans that truly support Sarah Jane, the person and the artist and the music, they're never going to sit here like, okay, she didn't come out with something in 5 months, so I'm not going to be a fan anymore. That's,
Right, right.
as a
But that's
person, as a fan of anyone, you know that that's not true.
right, right. I think that's the biggest thing is as soon as you stop being a fan of yourself, you
Yeah.
start thinking that the people that are actually still your fan are not a fan of you
Yeah.
anymore, or they're not going to like what you do. That's because you don't like what you do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
when you get to that point, because actually, to be honest, it's of course it's about the people, but it's never about the fans.
No.
Like
It's about you.
it is, because if you stand behind what you do, the people will come along because
People
they
love
already like you.
you
Exactly.
for your art.
Right.
If your art is not genuine, you're going to be one of those people that only puts out what you think people like, but people
Right.
don't want you to think for them.
Right.
They want to see what you have to offer as an artist.
Right.
And you also don't want to be the next such and such. You want to be you. You want to be Sarah Jane. You don't
Right.
want to copy whatever is trendy because that's what people want right now. That's
Right.
not, and honestly, if you would do that, I would stop being a fan, because then I can hear
Exactly.
that stuff. That's why I love the lockdown session so much, because that to me was you. Oh
Yeah.
no, she's back. I don't know where she was, but it's okay. She's back.
Yeah.
And that's and that is, I mean, I'm first and foremost, I'm a music fan. Whatever I do in the industry, doesn't matter. I'm a fan.
Right.
And so when I get excited about someone's music, especially with all the music that's out nowadays, that says a lot to me. Like, I don't get excited about everything that comes out.
Right.
And so when I come across a new artist that I don't know, I'm like promoting the shit out of them. Even if I know them or don't know them. I mean, I recently discovered a singer slash rapper slash producer, some just random guy. Well, he's not random, but he's a random guy from California. I came across his music and I'm his biggest fan at this point. And I don't care if he has 2 followers or 500 streams. He's great and it excites me. So again, it's not about who he is, but his music resonates with me. And I'm really happy that we're having this conversation. I wasn't expecting this change in you and this, development and progress in you as a person. I'm very happy to hear that. I have so much love for you. So I'm just happy that you're being on the right path for you.
I just think that I've been really the last couple of months, I've been really focusing on this because this is so important, especially for artists. This is so important to just the artist is definitely also important, but the person behind it, maybe it's kind of weird because I always see it like 2 different things kind of,
but
one complements the other, you know what I'm saying? But it's so important to be in the right space. You need to be in the right space, and that's just something I've really been experiencing for a really long time.
It has to be compromised. You have to be able to connect the 2 personas, I guess. They have to live in harmony.
Right.
And they have to understand what one and the other likes. Because if you don't, that's when you get that clash and the disconnect from you as a person, because the artistry is taking off.
Right.
And it could be the other way as well. Like if you only know what it is to be an artist, and at one point, I don't know, shit hits the fan and there's no music and there's no shows, then who are you?
Right.
That's kind of what happened with you.
Yeah.
You taking off, and then you're like, but what's happening? I'm not me.
Yeah.
So I think it's really wonderful to hear. So what are some of the things that you are doing now to stay mentally healthy?
Basically just random stupid things. Like I really love to bake. So I'm basically baking stuff every day.
I was around your corner today with the canoeing.
Girl,
stop by to get some goodies.
Stop by because there's a lot of food and I'm not eating it by myself.
I'm coming next week. I'm coming by.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I'm baking like a lot. I am just going outside, strolling in the park, just taking in fresh air and just enjoying being around people that I don't know, smiling to strangers, just random stuff, you know. I love watching documentaries. I now actually have time
Time, yeah.
to like watch them. I read a lot. Just the no, I think
The
any
normal
normal
stuff.
human being does. I'm
Well,
just now really enjoying doing just regular stuff and not being an artist or
well,
something
what
like
I do like is that I see you found your joy in producing a little bit, dabbling around in, your music. But
that.
but again, like I said, you found your joy. Obviously, I saw it, but now it makes sense after this conversation.
Yeah,
For you to actually enjoy making music again, and that's what you lost in
yeah,
October, I think.
yeah, definitely. I definitely lost myself. Um, and because of that, I just didn't enjoy making music anymore. I was like, no,
Right,
everything I do just not feels real. It just feels fake. I don't feel
right.
it, you
But you
know?
have to do it because.
Because yeah,
Yeah.
and now it's like really I've been producing, actually starting to produce, because I don't like to call myself a producer because I do
You're just
everything
making
from
some
samples.
music.
I'm creating music from
Yeah, you're
scratch.
creating
Let's
music.
call it that. But yeah, I just found my thing in it, you know. I just found like my strength in, okay, I'm not depending on anyone else right now. I can
Right,
actually do it myself, and I'm actually feeling this, and it doesn't matter, like nobody has to watch, nobody has to listen.
right.
I am
I
actually
like it.
feeling
Yeah.
this. Yeah, I like it, and I don't send it to anyone. I don't let anyone judge
Right.
my stuff, you know? And that's I really enjoyed that. I
That's
really
good.
enjoyed, yeah. And
Not
that gives me
always
back
sending it to
that drive.
people, or maybe just with your friends or whatever who are
Yeah.
there.
That
But other
actually
than that,
not even my friends, because my friends are also musicians. All of my friends are musicians.
you are, I'll be happy to listen to something.
No, but the thing, that's also a thing for me. Like I really have to accept the fact that I am good enough. That when
Yes.
it's
You don't
good,
need approval.
I don't need validation. I don't need approval.
Yeah.
It's good when I think it's good.
Yes.
And I used to send it to people to let them tell me that it was good.
Really.
I did.
Well,
I'm,
that's
I'm
to me,
still guilty of.
that's kind of the opposite of most artists that I know, because most artists are their worst critics. So I would say
Right.
it's good, and they're like, no. And then
Yeah.
sometimes you gotta, go back and forth for months, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna release this now, or
Right.
because it's not gonna get any better. If anything, you can't even change. You can change a little beep or a dot, or it's
Right.
And so normally my approval or approval of the team is not always good enough. So to hear you say that you want other people's approval, that's pretty interesting to me.
Yeah. And when I say other people, I especially talk about the people that I have closest to me, which I have like a really, really high, like they are up here for
Yeah.
me. So when I get their approval, then it's good. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
But
But even if they don't at this point, let's say you want to release your first new single again, and
yeah,
they're like, I don't know.
at this point, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm gonna release it anyway.
Good. Good
I
for
like it.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I'm at that point right now, but that I think that's also the reason why I didn't release anything yet, because I'm not at that point yet
Right.
where I'm totally like, okay, this is it. I'm still working on it. I have songs that I think that are really, really good, but they have to like be perfect.
Well, for you, not
Yeah,
for anybody else,
for
but
me,
for you.
definitely for me.
And
Yeah,
that's fine.
yeah,
That's okay.
yeah. So
Um,
at this point, it's like, cool. If you don't like it,
I'm happy to hear that. I
yeah,
think you're on the right path to really becoming the artist that you need to be for
yeah.
you.
I think.
There are a couple of questions.
Oh, really?
Oh, here's a question from Izzy. Does your self-image resonate with how people see you
Um,
at this point? I would say at this point, because you had that change, because it didn't, obviously it didn't before.
no, it didn't. But the thing is, I started like, or actually, I stopped caring about how people saw me or see me, because when I start doing that, I want to live up to
To
their
the
expectations.
expectations,
Yeah.
yeah.
So actually, I don't know right now. I don't know how people see
You
me.
haven't been out yet,
I
so yeah.
haven't been out with the new me yet to
Right.
experience that. But um,
That makes sense.
yeah, I hope I do. And if I don't, well, then I'll
Oh well.
probably lose some. That's
But
okay.
also, I think when you are coming into your own being right now, accepting who you are and are happy with who you are and show it to the world, then
Hmm.
I think one of the questions is not, does your self image resonate with how people see you, but it will come down to, people will now see you.
Exactly.
Because even if people are not artists, random people, there's always people that assume who you are or what you're about without
Yeah.
knowing you. And you have to understand, as an artist, 9 out of 10 people, they don't know you personally.
Right.
So they don't, so they have an image of you, and you can never change that unless somebody gets to know you, which is
Right.
why interviews are always very interesting for artists, because then you get to talk about who you are. And
Right.
one of the things, because I've been doing this music journalism for 20 years, one of the things that I was pretty good at was doing the in-depth interviews of the person behind the music.
Hmm.
So, because we can talk about music all day long, but
Yeah.
everybody can hear the music. But it's
Yeah.
about what moves this person and why do they make the songs they make. That was always the most interesting part for me, because the music is the music, it's there. And we
Yeah.
can all interpret music the way we want to, just like
Right.
any other art form.
Right. Right.
So that is, I think, the most important thing. There's another question.
Okay.
Oh,
Next
this is
question, Izzy.
yeah, Izzy. And this is actually one I was going to ask you as well.
Okay.
If you could choose another career, what would that be?
I would be an actor.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
that.
for
I
sure.
love that.
Yeah, I would be an actor. I'm actually also now doing some home study on acting because that actually before I like started singing, I wanted to be an actress when I was like I think 3 years old. I was always impersonating people and really wanted to be an actor. And then I found out, oh, okay, I can also sing, so why not focus on that? And then I just left the acting for what it was. But it always had like some sort of spark in me when I
Right.
saw some acting or when I did some theater plays and stuff like that. And it always just when I start doing it again, it just gives
It
me
makes you happy. Yeah, you
yeah, it gives me
flourish.
a new side of
This
enjoyment.
is why you're so good at the old school tour, because it's kind of like acting.
It is.
You
You
know,
have to, yeah, you have to
you
like,
have to put on this persona of the artist that you were
right,
singing. But
right.
and that's, I love it. That's and I think all the cast does that really well, because it's kind of like, it is a theater, it's a musical basically, it's
Yeah,
just not a
yeah,
story, but it's a
it
story of
kind
the
of is.
90s.
Yeah,
So
and that's what I said when the Karen White song. I had to like see her and feel her energy and get her. You know what I'm saying? Like I have to
right, yeah, yeah, yeah,
where
to
she's
be
at
her, yeah.
to be her or to impersonate her. Yeah, that's I think that's really important when you do a part or a role or something or being another artist, you have
Yeah,
to understand where they at and why they perform the way they
what they
do,
do,
you
yeah.
know? So yeah, I think that's exactly. I didn't even think about it like that, but
Oh
it's
no,
it's
I
kind of
saw it
acting.
immediately. I
Yeah.
saw it immediately. So I'm doing the crossover thing. One of my clients is an actor in
Hmm.
LA, so I've been actually interviewing a lot of filmmakers and people in the film industry.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of crossover. Singers acting, actors singing, rapping, and whoever not. So I think it's not really a necessarily change of your career. It's just an addition to your
It
career.
is. It is.
Um, so I think you should definitely keep that in mind.
I will.
What is the first thing you're going to do after quarantine?
That's a good question because you mean like music wise or in
Just
general?
in general, if doors are open and everybody's free to play outside again, what's the first thing you're going to do? Hug your mom or just,
Probably hug my mom because my mom is in Suriname right now,
oh, go
and
there, yeah.
she no, she is about to come back. She was on
Oh,
vacation, but she can't fly because of the
yeah,
whole
Corona,
corona stuff.
yeah.
So she's gonna be back in July. So the probably the first thing is hug my mom. and go out to eat,
Yeah.
like I want to go swimming so badly.
Oh
I want to
wow.
go swimming. Yeah, I really want to do that again. It's been a really long time. So just again,
Do everyday stuff.
do everyday stuff. Yeah.
And what
How
can we
about you?
expect? What can we expect music wise from you?
Music wise, um,
Do you have a plan? I mean, again, I don't want you to expect or feel like I'm expecting for you to have a plan. If you don't have any, that's fine. But what is your idea right now for your music?
the first thing that I felt was anxiety when you asked that question.
And
To be honest,
that's why I said there's
I
no,
know.
if you say I don't know yet, that's
No,
perfectly
the thing
okay.
is, I don't know yet. I don't have a plan. Definitely don't have a plan.
That's okay.
But I am I think the most important thing is that I'm focusing on me. And
Yeah.
whenever I am me again, you'll
Then
see what
yeah,
happens.
you can run with that.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
lockdown sessions, are those like from the vault, like songs that didn't make it for the album, or
Mhm.
and then you kind of flip them a little bit for the quarantine? Because I
Yeah.
know, yeah.
The thing is, I recorded all the songs and then I just muted my lead vocal and I put on
Oh yeah,
instrumental and then I just recorded it live
yeah.
on for the quarantine sessions. Yeah,
I
just
like
to
it.
give it a little spin and make
Yeah,
it more
to
fresh.
relate to it. Yeah, I
Yeah,
get it.
yeah. But there are songs that are some are really old, some are more recent.
They're all new for
Just
me. Yeah,
exactly, exactly.
yeah.
To me, they're old, but to you guys, it's all
And
new.
that's what you also have to realize. Like even if it's stuff that's old for you, we're still excited to hear it because we
Yeah,
never heard it. That's what
right.
artists often forget as well. Like even 10
True.
years from now, you may look back at your first album like blah,
Yeah,
but you know, I get on my Spotify Discover Weekly, sometimes I hear somebody that I never heard from before and I look and it's a song from 2002.
right.
Fine. It's new to me, you know. I'm
Yeah,
playing it out. They're getting more streams again with this old song.
right, right.
Yeah, to get excited about that. I think it's wonderful to hear you say that you're focusing on yourself and that you don't have to have a plan. Again, I didn't mean to put any expectation
No,
or
no, no,
make you
that's okay.
anxious because
Okay,
nobody has a plan. We don't know what was happening tomorrow in the world because you know
right.
that's we can only live for today and be okay
Mm-hmm,
ourselves with today
mm-hmm.
and love each other and all of that good stuff.
Yeah.
But who, if you could receive one phone call today or
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow during this lockdown from a person that you absolutely always wanted to work with, who would that be?
I am always forever gonna go with the answer of Erica Badu. Forever.
Okay, good.
Even though I got to meet her and stuff like that, I think she will always be someone who I want to meet and want to
Work
just
with.
vibe with. Not even work with,
Not
just
even work.
vibe with. Or
Who would you want to work with? It could be anybody, a producer, a rapper, a singer. Who would you definitely want to make a song with because you think that would be good combination?
I was gonna say Erica Badu again, but let's be
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah,
It's your world. So, okay, let's speak it into existence. Erica Badu is
Erica
going to
Badu.
call you at some point and
Yeah,
do a song with you.
yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just she is such an inspiration on so many levels that I think just by talking to her, and actually that happened, just by talking to her, you get so inspired and it just you
You
totally lit
feel the
up again.
energy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you feel her energy, you get inspired, you want to make music again, even if it's about her. There's so many, she's I don't want to sound like some kind of freak, but I just love
No,
her
you're
energy.
not the only Erica Badu freak. So there's a lot of people that feel that way
Yeah.
about her. I mean,
Right.
I personally am not one of them. I have met her in Jamaica actually, and
Okay.
I saw her live performance. I understand the energy. I mean, I love her, but yeah, I have my other
Careful with what
fangirl moments. Yeah, that's why we're all different. Why we love different music.
exactly, exactly.
What is one of the ultimate goals that you want to reach with your music? Is that selling out stadiums? Is that touching people with your music? Is that what are some of the things that you like at some point in your life would want to, that's your legacy, and you
Mm-hmm.
can live like that, you can make money off your music? How would that, what would that look like?
Besides me being totally okay with what I'm doing, and um, my biggest fan, being my biggest fan, I think it's acknowledgement,
Well, that's a good one.
um, and just internationally, of course.
Yeah.
I don't think my music is just for Europe.
Oh, it's definitely not.
No,
No.
I bigger than that. So I wanna be acknowledged for what I do, and I wanna touch people with what I
Yeah.
do. Yeah,
I
I think
think you're gonna really, I mean, the acknowledgement comes from you also acknowledging yourself, which is
definitely.
what you're doing. And then I think you touching people with your music happens when it comes from the heart again, from who you
Yeah,
are. Like even this whole process that you're going through right now, that's all right material. Like that's
yeah,
stuff that you can put all into songs at
yeah,
some point. Like doesn't
yeah.
even have to be now. Like some people think, oh, you're in it, so you got to write it down. But sometimes people look back and like, oh, I have to write about how I felt back then. Or
That's really
yeah,
something, because what you're saying right now, because right now, that's when I get reminded of the fact that I'm still really deep in this
yeah,
moment. Because right now, when I think about, okay, I'm in a situation right now, and I should be writing about this, I get anxiety.
yeah. But
I
you,
feel
yeah,
like, hey, no, because now people are gonna listen to that, and they're gonna expect this and me saying this because I went through this. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? So that's really a thing, that what
yeah.
you're saying, because sometimes it just not work. It just doesn't work like that.
But it's the
It
same with
doesn't
all
work.
artists. Like whether you're a painter or a writer, it's, you still know what you went through 5 years from now, 10 years from now. You still know how you felt when you
Yeah,
were struggling and when you were going through that progress of self-healing and,
yeah,
and self-knowledgement, I guess.
yeah.
So it doesn't, you don't have, if you're in this moment, focus on the healing process and not on the, documenting it, so to
Right,
speak.
right,
You can do that afterwards, and
right.
nobody's telling you how to be an artist. Some
Mm-hmm.
artists don't start until 10, 20 years from now. I might pick up a paintbrush in 20 years and may not be successful, but for me that's a healing process. Like
Yeah,
I've been writing a book for 5 years. I can't finish the book if my life depended on it, and I keep putting that pressure on myself, but it it has to come from yeah, it just has to flow from
yeah,
itself. And I'm
yeah.
doing too much, so I have to really check myself on that. But the book
You
is gonna
did.
gonna be finished at some point, but nobody's waiting on the book. It's just me.
Yeah,
So I need to stop putting that pressure on me, and I'll finish it when I finish it.
true. But that's the thing with creatives, like what you're saying about yourself. You have so many talents
Yeah.
that you want to answer to all of them.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
doing this one here and this one there, and half
Yeah.
of this and half of that. So that's a good thing for you, indeed. Like, what are you focusing on? Do you want to focus on everything? Do you want to take time to focus on this thing right now for 3 years? I'm just saying something, and then,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
The thing is, I don't want to do something half-assed. I just want to
right,
do something good.
right.
Now, I love this conversation, but I'm getting the stupid Instagram countdown. So
Oh, okay,
but
okay.
I absolutely loved hearing what you're working on as far as yourself, because I obviously had no idea, and it
Right.
makes so much sense. But I'm so proud of you for taking that time out for you.
Thank
And
you.
I know that the music is going to be great whenever you're ready for it. We're still here. And I
Yeah,
want to absolutely thank you for sharing that, because I think this is very valuable for people, especially in this time.
right.
And thank you for being my guest. And I'm definitely going to hit you up and probably stop by for some baked goodies.
Yeah, you can. Thank
But
you for having
yeah,
me. Thank you for
is
having
there
me.
one thing, you have 1 minute left to throw out to the people?
Yeah. Let's love each other some more. We didn't even get into the real
Right.
stuff, everything
That's
that,
okay. We
but
can do
that's
another
okay.
one.
Sometimes there's a lot of real stuff going on right now.
Right.
But just let's just love each other some more, and give each other some space and
And yourself. Love yourself some more.
love
You know?
yourself. Definitely. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. That's
All
it.
right. Well, thank you. And yeah, keep being on this path. Stay
Yeah, I will.
strong and do what you need to do to stay mentally okay. And everyone else, thanks for tuning in and stay safe and healthy. And
Yeah.
I'll talk to you guys soon and you as well, Sarah Jane. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.